Turning now to Wytheville, during a time when a school for African Americans opened its doors. That school now turned into a cultural center and museum, paying homage to its history, students, and educators who strived for knowledge in the segregated South. It's here on the historic roads of East Franklin Street in Wytheville, where African Americans from surrounding counties traveled up to 71 miles in pursuit of education and opportunity, leading them to what's now known as the Wytheville Training School. In 1867, the Freedmen's Bureau opened a school in Wytheville, the only educational institution available to African American students from Bland, Carroll, Grayson, and Wythe counties.
It started out in a community and actually moved here in 1883.
It was renamed the Wytheville Training School in 1926. Louise Crockett, a proud graduate, recalls the challenges faced by students during that era.
One girl that came from the cold, they couldn't ride on the buses then because it wasn't integrated. And so her and her brother would walk about 3 miles to the road to catch the bus.
Crockett grew up in Wytheville, where she formed friendships with the white families that moved into the neighborhood until the school bell rang.
We played together until we went to school, and when we went to school, we separated, They weren't our friends anymore.
At the Wytheville Training School, Crockett found camaraderie among her peers. Together, they learned about prominent African-American figures and how to read.
If you missed a word, you stood there until you got it. I never forget it. I missed a word, and the word was absolutely. And I stood up there for about 10 minutes. It was so embarrassing. And so I learned that word. Seemed like the teachers took so much interest in the kids that they had. And some of the things we didn't like to do, but what we had to do, what they taught us to do, it made us stronger.
But she noticed the disparities in educational resources their school received compared to their white counterparts.
I couldn't understand why they send those raggedy books. The pages weren't in them, and it was just like we wasn't here.
She recalls the harsh realities of racial discrimination, but school remained a sanctuary of joy and support. Today, Louise remembers her siblings and their shared experiences captured in photographs displayed throughout the building.
My brother, Shorty could play, but they used to call him sometimes Butterfingers, because he would drop the ball. He couldn't get it. But he was a runner.
Operating until 1952, the Wytheville Training School now stands as a museum, chronicling the resilience of this community.
I look at that school bell often as a form of that fundamental communication process that worked. That bell could be heard for blocks because a lot of the churches augmented the services. They had to communicate not only to the students, but to the parents.
The Wytheville Training School Cultural Center serves as a beacon of hope, providing educational programs to the community while honoring the legacy of those who learned within its walls.
Wytheville Training School was like a home away from home. And I just love the training school. I guess there's I'm still stuck around here.
In Wytheville, Tanisha Jackson, WDBJ 7.